we insure a lot of things we call assets, but the number one asset most people have, and I don't care who you are, how rich you are, the number one asset you have is you, your ability to generate the lifestyle that you have.
Yes.
So you are the number one asset, but we insure things we call our assets. They done got us thinking that we need to insure items and not insure I.
Pump me up!
All right, y'all, we're back. Here we go with another amazing episode of
Insurance Bros. This is where we take current events and mix it with life insurance.
Oh, yeah. I'm your co-host, Eric Robinson, a.k.a. the Soul Motivator, and this is my co-host,
Uncle Joc, coming to you live.
Woo, Uncle Joc, we got a good one today.
Yes, sir.
I know I say it's a good one every day, but this one is a barn burner. What we talking about today? Who we talking about today this time?
So today, Eric, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about two people who have made an impact in the sports world.
Yeah.
And the thing is, here's what makes it a little bit different. Most of the time, in most sports, they're male-dominated situations, right?
That's true. Very true.
But we want to talk about the WNBA, two newest...
Y'all they already know, Jock. So you said WNBA. The W stands for women, just for y'all to know who don't know.
Right.
The Women's National Basketball Association.
Yes.
Who are we talking about? Y'all tell us.
We talking about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, man.
For the last year, I mean, every network, every freaking news outlet, it's almost like they're up there with all the trending news.
Oh, my goodness. They are the news.
They are.
You know, and it's, Jock, I'm going to go back. It's been more than just a year. It's been going back to like 3 years when they was in, when they played it and Caitlin Clark did that move.
You realize that was just last year?
No, that was 2 years ago. It was
23.
No, it was 22 when they won the championship. LSU won. Then they came back again, but it happened the first time.
Oh, that was the first year. That was the year that Caitlin, they won.
Angel Reese won.
Won the first year.
They won the championship. LSU won the first year championship. Then now people jumped on the bandwagon after that, but people didn't really know who they were until that happened because Caitlin Clark went and did this to the other girl, like, you can't see me, that John Cena.
Right.
And then the next game, Angel Reese was like, oh, we playing y'all, because she did that to South Carolina.
She did that, and she did this.
She was like, you can't see me.
And we got the ring.
And we got the ring. Yeah, y'all see we got the ring, too.
Yeah, we got the ring, too.
So she did, you can't see me, and we got the ring, and that was like, oh. But people got heated.
Yes.
They got heated over that because they start calling her all kinds of names. I don't even want to go there.
Hold on, wait. But do you realize that those two situations, the John Cena face and we got the ring, do you realize that hype alone probably started to stir up the WNBA economic?
Woo! The WNBA saw that coming. If they were smart, they was like, oh my goodness, this is must-see TV. Let's keep this fuel going. Let's put this on the news. We now just got the next Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
Woo.
Y'all don't understand. Some of y'all too young for that Magic Johnson, Larry Bird era. Y'all just know about Michael Jordan, but oh my goodness.
So look, the question is, does Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, do they have a legitimate beef with each other? Or is the beef more so between the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese fanatics, a.k.a. fans?
The fanatics. I'm going to go with the fans.
I think so too.
I'm going to go with the fans because it's almost like if people didn't know that you was an African-American male, they may say, hey, it's a black and white thing, right? Because some people may say, okay, Eric, how's Jacques talking about y'all? It's a black and white thing. I think Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark is a black and white thing. I wasn't taking a shot at the light-skinned brothers, but I'm just saying, I think it's the fans. And then sometimes it becomes beyond black and white. It can become LSU versus Caitlin Clark in Iowa. Now it's the Chicago, Indiana. Some people didn't even know Indiana had a professional women's team.
Right.
Now they're like, oh, they not in the playoffs. We ain't watching no more. Indiana Fever's out. I ain't watching WNBA no more. I'm like, dude, you wasn't watching WNBA any before.
So wait, so look, let's take it back. Let's go back and let's talk about women's basketball.
Let's talk about women's basketball. WNBA, y'all send me some sponsorships so we can get a new mic man.
Well,
anyway.
Look, I'm going NCAA.
Oh, go back.
Let's go back because me and you got to witness probably one of the best women's basketball games like ever.
That was one of the best.
I'm talking about that could be men and women.
That was one of the best basketball games ever. And we're talking about the Virginia-Maryland game.
Yes.
When Virginia was like number 1, Maryland was like number 2. Don Staley was playing. Oh my goodness, at the Coalfield House.
Man, it was electric.
It was electric. What's the statute of limitations? Because we didn't have tickets. We snuck in the game.
We did.
We didn't have no clue it was gonna be like that. That was like one of the first women's basketball game ever. I'm like, oh my goodness, what have I been missing?
So hold up, I gotta come clean since you already revealed it. So we had a cheat code. We would go up to University of Maryland, and it was an easy cheat code. You remember what the cheat code was?
Yeah, just check the door.
Just go up and check on every door, and we always found one.
We always found one and like walked in. Now hold on, just so y'all know, so we're going back 30 years ago. We erased the cheat code. We now got new hack codes. We show y'all how to hack your finances and expedite your finances. You just got to know what door to open.
Got to know what door to open.
See, Jacques, it goes back because we was
always opening doors.
We've been opening doors for years and coming into things, and now we're showing people how to open the right door in the financial services with life insurance. This is something that people don't understand. So I know some of y'all go like, okay, insurance bro, let's get back to Don Staley. And let's get back to Angel. And you know it's funny? Because Don Staley is now still a major impact as a coach.
In the WNBA.
Yeah, coaching in South Carolina. And some of her players, and that game is heated. But going back to what you said, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, is it the fans? What's your take? You think it's the fans, or you think they actually got beef?
Well, first, type in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know whether you think it's the fans or if they have a legitimate beef. Or, since I'm in the entertainment business, sometimes entertainment is scripted or could be scripted. Now, most people are going to probably disagree or take that one off the table.
Yeah. But you know, here's the thing. There's a show on Netflix, they got it called The Money Game, when they were talking about LSU was one of the first colleges to adapt this NIL, which is the name, image, and likeness, where college athletes can now get paid off of their name, image, and likeness. Because before they couldn't, right? And it's funny because I got a son who's a college athlete, gone through the years, and he couldn't get paid off of anything he did.
Okay.
He's now a business partner, and he's now showing people how to set up their own NIL for college athletes. Come holler at your boys. He's showing them how to set up their own NIL deals using life insurance. Oh my goodness, I can't. We ain't even supposed to go there yet. He's showing them how to create a situation, starting their own businesses.
Hold up, pump the brakes. Let's go back a little bit so we can bring them up to speed for the ones that may not know.
Okay.
How all this ties in. So let's go back first to the Maryland game.
Yeah.
Okay. The Maryland game was off the chain. The reason I'm even bringing that up because that was the biggest women's turnout and support of basketball that I had physically.
It was probably one of the biggest ever. I think I'm gonna go on the record. I don't have the stats, but I think it's probably one of the biggest turnouts ever. It was a record turnout for the Coalfield House at the University of Maryland. So just so you know, and it's made that building ain't even there no more. So I think it's one of the biggest turnouts ever in women's sports.
Yes, and the reason that I'm bringing that up is because that was 30 years ago. Since then, they came up with a league, WNBA.
Yep, because the league wasn't even out yet.
In the league, because back then it wasn't out. So they came up with the league, and the WNBA was birthed.
Yeah.
Had you gone to any WNBA games? Have you gone to any?
I think I went to one WNBA game so far.
How long ago?
Gosh, I can't even remember. It was a Washington Mystics game. I can't even remember the game. I don't even remember who they played, to be honest with you.
So I want to paint a picture for y'all. Ride shotgun with me, right?
I'm riding.
So when you went to the game, do you remember where it was played?
It wasn't at the USA. It wasn't at the Capital One Arena where the Wizards played.
It was at a smaller arena?
It was at a small arena.
And
you know, if I get the lean, I got to get my shotgun. I got to get a cup.
This guy.
There we go.
So it was in a smaller arena.
Yep.
Now, when you went to that smaller arena, if you were to throw up a number, how many people would you say the Capital One Arena or whatever holds?
Capital One probably holds a little bit over maybe 35,000 people, 35 to 40,000. I think somewhere between 28 to 38,000, something like that. That's what Capital One holds.
The arena that they played in, how many people do you think it held?
Probably maxes out like around 5,000. At that game, probably had maybe 2,500, maybe 4,000 people.
So it was a lot lower number than at the NBA game.
Oh, it didn't even compare.
So fast forward.
The popcorn was the same price though.
Fast forward about 16, 17 years, up to date.
Yep.
Last year, 2 years ago, WNBA, the support, spectatorship, tickets being sold, viewership. We can say that the WNBA probably prior to 2023 was on life support. Would you say?
It was. I don't know how they was funding it, but I mean, they got sponsorships and things of that nature. I mean, if you just look at the First of all, you can just talk about, I would say that, but let me say this. Prior to the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they was traveling on like commercial and buses. I heard they was like riding Greyhound buses.
Yeah.
Somebody said they seen one of the teams on a school bus. One of them.
Talking about the cheese bus?
They had them on a cheese bus, Jacques. I don't know. That's what somebody said. Now, I don't really trust that person who told me that.
Not
so don't
the
take
cheese bus.
Don't take this as fact, 'cause I don't really trust the person who told me, but they said they saw him on a cheese bus. I'm just saying.
Hold up. You talking about the cheese bus, the regular cheese
they got
bus?
the handle to open the doors like that. Remember, cheese when the bus driver got to push the handle to open the doors?
Eric, hold up, wait. The ones where you had to push the handle to open the doors. Wait, no, you got to realize that was the special ed bus. That was the joint where you show the pads and
you can't.
And football helmets.
See, we're gonna get censored. We're gonna get canceled. But no, the big buses, the long buses had the little handle.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the long buses had the handle. You just always sat in the back with the cool people, so you never saw the bus driver do that. I was up front with the birds, so I seen the bus driver do that.
I got into on the back. I used to hop in through the back door.
You hopped in through the back where you lift the little handle up.
So let's paint this picture. Just a little over a year ago, 2 college superstars entered the WNBA and totally reconfigured the economic structure of the WNBA.
I like that word. That's a fancy word. That was correct. That's a really, really correct statement, because now they're flying private jets.
Private jets.
Now they got their own private jet. Now they got the catwalk. Like, I saw the differences, because some people,
the production, right?
The production. Oh my goodness. See, a lot of people don't realize, you being an entertainer, you understand production. You played at big venues and smaller venues, and depending upon the venue, can you tell the level of production when you go in there, Jacques, as an entertainer?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we just did a festival this weekend down in Richmond. And when I tell you, everything was top notch. As soon as we got there, that you get escorted, you get, your vehicles get escorted back to the stage. Nobody's back where the stage is. You had food was laid out properly. You had a green room where everybody could chill. The sound system was top notch. Just the whole production itself was a cut above. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can tell when you're entering a situation when the production is right, because you never need, you're never going, you might need something, but somebody's going to be right there to make sure that you're taken care of, no matter what it is.
So, but for the most part, they've already thought about the needs that you're going to have. It was pre-thought about.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to talk about this with insurance, because when we say, hey, most people, their production in life ain't top notch. What do you mean? They haven't pre-thought about the needs that they're going to need for the future. What do you mean? Like, I got this fancy little device here. They're not sending me nothing, but the app, if y'all want to sponsor me, I'll mention your name. Maybe we can bleep that out, right? Maybe I do my own bleeps. If this brand, I want to sponsor me, I'll mention your name, but everybody knows it's the iPhone. But anyway, you got insurance on this phone just in case something happens to it, right? I do. So most people don't have insurance on their life. They got health insurance, but they don't have life insurance just in case something happens. So the production, oh man, you can see the wealthy people, when they got the resources, they got the production in life. So when they die, their family members die, it's already laid out where they're going to get buried, how they're going to get things, the will, all that stuff, the trust, the transfer of wealth is already laid out. The average person, man's ragged. They got the fish fries and the GoFundMes.
Just in case. Those are 3 words that people take so lightly. And those 3 words are usually the make it or break it point for a person to decide and make the decision whether they want to protect their loved ones or the things that they love most. Like, think about this. Have you ever thought about insuring something just in case? And most of the times, the salespeople that are selling you things like appliances, cell phones, video games, cars, computers,
Your house,
etc. Right?
Yep.
Most people.
But I'm gonna pick up why you doing that. I want to talk about that because we insure a lot of things we call assets, but the number one asset most people have, and I don't care who you are, how rich you are, the number one asset you have is you, your ability to generate the lifestyle that you have.
Yes.
So you are the number one asset, but we insure things we call our assets. They done got us thinking that we need to insure items and not insure I.
So you said something. Assets. When you, and this is y'all might take this to be corny, right? But when because you were talking about the production, you're talking about, what you really were talking about is the pre-production. You're talking about the pre-production, those conversations that you have with your loved ones, so everybody knows where their ass is at. You feel me? Meaning if something happens, you know where everything is. You know how to retrieve everything. Like, people don't have these conversations where we're talking about, if something were to happen to me, my wife, my son, my mother, my family, they need to know what to do, where to go, and how to handle the business.
Oh, man. That's a big deal, Jacques. And I'm going to say, I can speak from personal experience because, my mom passed away this year. My father passed away last year. And my father passed away. And people was turning to me, Eric, you're an agent. What's going on, right? But, I'm a son. I'm a child, right? My father, in his later years, was a life insurance agent. And so they just assumed, but what happened was, I assumed Dad had things together, which he did have a lot of stuff together. And everybody turned to me, Eric, you're the agent. You know what things are going on. But what I did not do was sit down in my father's older years. My father was 89 to 90 when he passed away, so he lived a long life. But what I didn't sit down, take time to have everything together.
Yes.
Take time to go over stuff. And I'm telling you, me being in this profession, so I'm speaking from experiences, not knowing where to go, where to this, boom, boom, boom. Now, because he was a retired military, we knew he could be buried at the cemeteries, right? So we had that. They take care of we had still had to pay for the coffin. Had a family member who knew of one of the funeral homes. It was like, hey, our family always get buried at this funeral home. But it was because we pieced it together. It wasn't like it was a pre-production that we already preset. This is where it was going. We still had to piece it together along with grieving. That was big because I was in a room. My father took his last breath. He was in the hospital for like 19 days, and we thought he was going to come out like he always did. So I'm grieving, and everybody's turning to me like, Eric, and I'm the younger brother. You got to know what's going on. And I had to just shift gears, but I didn't have things together.
Okay.
I wish I can't put that on my kids. They got to know. It's got to be written out, y'all.
So this is how I want to tie all this together, right? So I want to go back, and then we're going to bring it back to right where we at, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk.
Yeah. Let's like, because you got me all thinking, Rick, it's all the sad thing. So let's talk.
No, we good. We good.
Okay, we good.
So when you were talking about the pre-production, when people know what's about to happen, you can prepare for it.
Yes.
So we're talking about WNBA and we're talking about life insurance. When people know what's about to happen, you can prepare for it.
That was the show, going back to the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, with the NIL deals, Angel Reese was able to capitalize on it because LSU, they seen this coming and they was prepared. And it was with this young lady, she said, they was in a meeting talking about this NIL is going to come, the NCAA may pass this law, what should we do? And everybody was backed off of it. They're like, I ain't want to touch it. She's like, I'll take it.
Yep.
And because she took it, you got people like Jaden Daniels, who's now the quarterback of the Washington Commanders team. He was able to take advantage of it. And so they had Angel Reese. They got one that's gymnast. And they had people, and they got another gym who's a basketball player. He just had to follow. He wasn't even a star. He was able to capitalize. So LSU players was able to capitalize because they was prepared. Somebody saw the vision to get involved ahead of the curve.
So let's talk about this prepared readiness, right? And let's talk about the WNBA.
Yeah, talk about it.
So
they ain't prepared. I'm telling you now.
Did you get the number on what was the average salary?
Yeah, the average salary in WNBA is like around 100 and I think maybe 120, 130,000.
130,000.
Just say 130,000. Caitlin Clark's contract is a 4-year deal for like 300,000. It's averaging $84,000 a year.
Not including her sponsorship.
Not including sponsorship, just from the team.
Straight playing.
She's like averaging, her salary is averaging about $40,000 less because she's one, they call them rookie deals. $40,000 less than the average WNBA player, and they only have a play for an average of 5 years. Their career is averaging about 5 years, and average salary is about $120,000, $130,000. And Caitlin Clark, her first year, this year, she got $74,000 this year. So she's got paid $50,000 less than the average WNBA player, just for the record.
Wow.
From her job.
So you telling me these superstars that we see on TV, they're really not making as much money playing basketball as most people would think.
Nah. Not the WNBA wasn't. They didn't have it together like that. They didn't understand what was coming.
So now, you ready to go to Outback?
I'm ready to go back Outback. Let's talk to us.
So we're gonna go to Outback. We can ready peel back the blooming onion real quick.
Let's peel the onion back. Come on, talk to us.
So,
that's what y'all want to hear. If y'all stuck around this line, now y'all really going to get the inside.
So if the average WNBA basketball player makes around 120, 130, 140, and their lifespan in the WNBA is what, about 5 or 6 years?
5 years.
So these are folks that are being in the national spotlight as an athlete.
Yep.
They're making okay money, but everybody's not going to get those sponsorship endorsement deals, those NIL deals.
Oh, nah. Some of these players, you don't know who they are.
Exactly. And so what happens is, if you're not a Caitlin Clark, if you're not an Angel Reese, because see, what we did is we decided we weren't going to come on this show and talk about who's better. because that's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about. Although I'm an Angel Reese fan because Angel Reese has broken some records that's not just rookie records. She came out broke this rebound record. She broke the most double games in the history of the NBA. Not to mention Angel Reese is from the DMV area. Well, she's from Baltimore. We're gonna let her slide. But my son went to her school, St. Francis Academy. So her and my son went to the same school. Then she went to Maryland. I'm a Maryland Terp alumni. So before she transferred to LSU. So I'm pro Angel Reese, but I'm not saying I hate Caitlin. I'm just pro Angel.
I'm pro Angel Reese, especially when they first came out of college. But I never watched Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark.
Oh, really?
Until realistically about 2 months ago. And all I got to say, for me, Caitlin Clark, anybody remember watching the name Jason Williams?
Mm-hmm. He's called White Chocolate.
White Chocolate. That's Caitlin Clark.
Let me tell you something. Still not...
She got some handles. She can pull up from anywhere. She can drive to the hoop. She got an inside the paint game. Only thing she's lacking, I think, is her defense.
I'm going to lose some people.
So we can right now have this who's better.
I'm going to lose some people right now. Some of y'all going to not watch me again, and y'all going to send me letters and everything like that. I'm not like we got thousands of viewers, right? Y'all going to be sending me letters and hate mail, but I'm waiting for somebody to say Caitlin Clark is a guy.
Some people have said that.
Because I'm telling you, this girl right here, even in college, I was a Caitlin Clark fan in college. Don't get me wrong, I didn't really.
She don't do nothing like a girl.
I didn't know nothing about her until like 2 years ago, and when it was starting the NCAA tournament. So I got on the bandwagon late in the tournament, and I'm like, this girl right here, you see her? She stopped, pull over. I'm like, then when she broke the scoring record, she broke the record. She stepped over half court like 2 steps and hit I'm like, what?
Like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing. And backpedal, I'm like, but that wasn't, it's like a Steph Curry. Like,
but do you realize how much strength that takes?
Yes.
For a guy.
Like at 3-point, at my age now, shooting a 3-pointer, I'm like, I'm out of breath after I shoot a 3. I'm like, whoo, they're like, hey, you come back on defense? Shit, I didn't catch my breath, man. You know how long it took her hard to... Yeah, but I'm just saying, no, this girl is... And they can't guard. They know she's going to get the ball.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I rock with Angel Reese. Like, I rock with her. You know what I mean? She reminds me of a girl, female Charles Barkley / Dennis Rodman. She going to find a way to get it and put it in the hole. But a lot of people say, you know, she pads her stats because she gets her own rebounds or whatever. But Caitlin Clark, watching her play is totally entertaining, man.
Oh, she's entertaining. See, some people keep getting mixed up. She brings a level of entertainment to the game. Yes. Women have always probably from a skill level, I think women have always been skilled in basketball more than sometimes the men. It's just what it is.
Think about when we grew up. Around our way, we had some ballers, but guess what? This one girl, Daphne Hawkins, will whoop everybody.
Daphne was crushing her. Boom, 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 boom. Left hand, right. Oh, man. But they've always been skilled. I don't know how or why, but Caitlin brings a level of entertainment that's just not out there.
We got so much more. So this is what we're going to do. That's what I was going to say. We only got about 30 seconds left of this. Is that okay?
Yeah. So now y'all going to have to hit the like and subscribe button and come back to part 2, Insurance Bros. You know what it is. Get ready. This time get your popcorn. And you
get it all ready.
You might want to bring your pen and paper because we're going to drop some nuggets on you that it's going to blow your mind.
Yes. We're going to go a little deep on this. So we signing off for the first half. This is first half. This is only a bathroom break.
Bathroom break. It's a timeout. We out.